The difference between a $100,000 car and a $10 million automobile. It's like comparing a designer suit to an actual suit of armor. Most people think luxury cars are just expensive ways to avoid driving something boring. They're wrong, dead wrong. At $100,000, you're buying a luxury experience. At $1 million, you're purchasing a rolling sculpture. At $10 million, you're not buying a car. You're buying the power to make every road feel like it was paved specifically for you. Let's find out exactly what separates these three worlds, because the gap is far more shocking than you think.
Let's start at the bottom of the true luxury car food chain, the $100,000 mark. Now, I know what you're thinking. $100,000 sounds like serious money, and it is. But in the world of genuine luxury motoring, $100,000 is actually the entry ticket, not the destination. What it buys you is something extraordinary by normal standards, but in this comparison, it's just where the story begins. At this price point, you're looking at vehicles like the BMW 7 Series, the Mercedes-Benz S-Class base trim, the Lexus LS, or the Genesis G90. These are legitimate luxury automobiles with real prestige, real engineering, and real refinement. The kind of cars that make neighbors look twice. The interior quality is genuinely impressive. We're talking soft Napa leather on every surface you touch, real wood trim that isn't fake printed vinyl, ambient lighting with dozens of color options, and infotainment screens stretching across the entire dashboard. The ride quality is smooth, the noise isolation is excellent, and the technology is current. Adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, semi-autonomous highway driving, and digital instrument clusters that look like something from a science fiction film. The engines are strong, turbocharged 6-cylinders or V8s, producing anywhere from 300 to 500 horsepower, getting you from 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds, while still returning reasonable fuel economy for the segment. Performance-wise, these are genuinely fast, refined machines that embarrass most cars on the road. Here's the thing about the $100,000 car. It still transforms your daily life completely. No more compromising on comfort, no more tolerating road noise or cheap plastics. You sit in the driver's seat and everything around you communicates that you've arrived somewhere. But here's where the limitations show themselves. The customization is limited to whatever the factory offers. The materials, while excellent, are the same materials thousands of other buyers selected from the same brochure. Your S-Class is stunning, but so is the one parked 3 spaces over, in the same parking garage. At this level, you're buying a category of luxury, not an identity.
Now, let's jump to $1 million. And this is where things start getting genuinely interesting. At this price point, you're no longer shopping for a car. You're selecting a statement that follows you everywhere you go. We're talking about vehicles like the Rolls-Royce Phantom, the Bentley Mulsanne, the Bugatti Chiron, or the Lamborghini Aventador Ultium. These aren't just better cars than the $100,000 examples. They exist in a fundamentally different dimension of what a car can be. Let's start with the Rolls-Royce Phantom, because it defines this category the way gravity defines falling. The interior of a Phantom is hand-assembled by craftsmen who spend entire careers mastering their single discipline. The leather is hand-selected hide by hide. The wood veneer is matched from the same log, so the grain flows continuously across every panel. The Starlight headliner features over 1,600 individual fiber optic strands, hand-woven into the ceiling by a team whose sole job is weaving fiber optic headliners. It takes a specialist 17 hours to install one roof.
The customization begins to feel almost limitless. At this level, Rolls-Royce's bespoke division can match the interior to the color of your favorite flower, your family crest, your yacht's hull paint, or the shade of your morning espresso. One client had the wood veneers replaced with a hand-painted panoramic recreation of their country estate. Another requested a drinks cabinet holding a specific vintage of champagne chilled to the exact temperature preferred by their family for 3 generations. On the performance side, a $1 million Bugatti Chiron doesn't just accelerate, it violates physics. 1,500 horsepower from a quad-turbocharged 8.0-liter W16 engine rockets the car to 60 miles per hour in 2.3 seconds, with a top speed approaching 300 miles per hour. These aren't numbers that sound impressive on paper. They're numbers that rearrange your understanding of what a road vehicle can do.
The driving experience crosses from transportation into something closer to theater. Every journey in a $1 million automobile becomes an event. The way people look at you changes. The way you feel behind the wheel changes. Even the way you think about time changes, because nothing about this experience feels ordinary. Operating costs at this level are significant. Insurance alone can exceed $50,000 annually. Servicing a Bugatti Chiron requires factory-trained technicians in costs that would finance a modest car entirely. But for owners at this level, those costs are simply the price of membership to a very small club.
And then there's the $10 million automobile. And at this point, we need to stop using the word car entirely, because what exists at this price point has essentially no relationship to transportation in the conventional sense. At $10 million, you're not buying from a manufacturer's order sheet. You're commissioning a rolling piece of art that may take years to complete and will almost certainly be the only one of its kind on the planet. We're talking about one-off coach build creations from houses like Pagani, Rolls-Royce Coach Build, Bugatti La Voiture Noire, Lamborghini's one-of-one program, or bespoke creations from boutique Italian coach builders who work exclusively for a handful of clients worldwide. The Bugatti La Voiture Noire sold for $18 million, and there is exactly one of it on Earth. The Pagani Zonda HP Barchetta was priced at $17 million, and Pagani built 3 of them for 3 specific clients whose names will likely never be made public. The Rolls-Royce boat tail required 4 years of development and production and was built specifically around the tastes of its owner, with a custom champagne cooler designed to hold a specific bottle the owner had been cellaring for decades, and a bespoke picnic set crafted from materials chosen by the client on visits to Rolls-Royce's Goodwood factory.
At this level, customization isn't a feature, it is the entire product. The manufacturing process begins with a conversation about who you are, what matters to you, and what you want to feel every time you lower yourself into the driver's seat. Materials come from wherever on Earth they can be sourced. The finest leather from a specific farm in northern Argentina, carbon fiber woven by a specialist who works exclusively for one manufacturer, wood sourced from a single estate in Japan and aged for 12 years before it's shaped by hand. The performance figures at this level are almost secondary to the experience, but they remain staggering. Many $10 million automobiles are road-legal race cars in formal clothing, delivering 900 to 1,500 horsepower through suspension systems borrowed directly from motorsport programs that compete at Le Mans. And the ownership experience is unlike anything money can buy below this threshold. A dedicated liaison at the manufacturer who knows your name and your preferences. A delivery ceremony that sometimes rivals a wedding in its production value. An invitation to factory visits, testing events, and private unveilings before the public is even aware a new creation exists. The operating costs are essentially irrelevant at this price point because the people who own these vehicles do not think about operating costs. They think about experiences, and the $10 million automobile delivers an experience that no other object on Earth can replicate. If you enjoyed this look at what money can actually buy in the world of automobiles, drop a comment below telling us which level you'd choose and why. See you at the next video.